Hey, hello everyone. I know. I am live. Y'all probably like, where in the heck has Tawana G been? I am here to tell you, please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel because I will be going live every week, y'all. I have just kind of found my lane. I know what I want to do. Hello, Chris J. Thank you so much for joining. What's up, Chaos? Oldie but goodie. Yes, I am in my closet, actually. Chaos asked, are you live in your dressing room? No, I'm actually live in like my second closet. I have a second closet. So this used to be the space that I would go live in, but it was like an office. And, after further deliberation, I've needed a second closet. So, so until I get a better space, this is the more private space that I have. Like, I literally have other spaces, but they're kind of open. And I got like a lot of kids. So, this is my space for now. Forgive me, chaos. Okay. It's okay to be in your closet. A lot of people stream in their closet. Look at Carlos King. He streams in his closet as well. This is a big closet. It's not like a little small, like closet. Like there's a lot of room in this closet. I am just, showing the view that I want to show. Because obviously, whatever. But you're a woman. What does that mean? But I'm a woman. I'm not sure what he mean by that. I'm a woman. Um, you know, here's the thing. I am back. I want to drop some jewels. I want to get back out here, and obviously I'm going to eventually change my space and make a space more specific to my podcast. But for right now, like this is the more private, intimate space that I have in my house. So I really just want to get live because guess what? If I keep on delaying it because this ain't perfect, that's not right, this not right, whatever, I will never go live. I'm telling y'all. Like, it's just what happened. What he says? Oh, it's the closet. Just get over the closet, okay? Just focus on me, chaos, okay? Just focus on me. I I'm back. I am going to be just going live from today on. Okay. I decided to start before spring. I want to go live. I want to start talking about, the stuff that I talk about. And I know y'all want to see Tawana G from Lil Peep. Like, y'all want to see Tawana G from all the stuff that I've done. Okay. Um, and I'm always known for doing panels and stuff like that, and just being a part of like the manosphere space and stuff. But that's absolutely not the space that I'm going to be in. I mean, obviously, I'm going to talk about controversial topics. Obviously, I'm going to talk about things that are going on in pop culture. But am I going to be in the manosphere space? Am I going to be arguing with incels? And hell no. Like, I'm not going to be doing that no more, y'all. Like, don't come on my channel to hear that because I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be talking about stuff that's relevant to what's going on, in pop culture, how it relates to real life. And so I just got a lot of little things that I want to talk about. And I just wanted to give y'all a little quick. So those people who are used to me being that, feisty, talking about dudes and how y'all mistreat us, disrespect us. Now I might here and there talk about that shit. Okay. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be some conversations because y'all problematic, and I got some things to say about y'all. However, that's not what the premise of the show is gonna be about. Um, I'm gonna get into the topics. Hey AJ, how are you? He says, "Oh, now she's sitting in a walk-in. Let's go. Okay, let's go." Chaos giving me hell. Like, dude, I had a walk-in closet. Isn't that a good thing, chaos? You know what I mean? Like, think about it that way. So I'm surprised you're in this. He said you're married now. So I'm surprised you're in those spaces. What's interesting is chaos. Like I've been married for this is like what the fourth year now. No, third year. Third year. This is the third year. But I've been with my husband for almost 6 years. Um, and I'll say this, like I kind of got thrown into the manosphere space. I really was not ever like, interested in being in that space. It's just that I started off with Lapeith. Their show was kind of in the manosphere space, and I kind of got put into that space a little bit. And because I got put into that space, I enjoyed talking about those topics a little bit. And I thought that I could help people to understand, like, from a real perspective, how to engage with people of other genders. Because I feel like people really struggle with that. Um, but obviously, I can't. Y'all too far gone. Y'all too far in the trenches. I can't help y'all. He said, not really, but maybe you make the closet interesting. But welcome back. We did miss you a little bit. Thank you, Chaos. Trust me, like, this is not the space that I want to have, but this is like it's like more of a comfort thing because this is my space. This is my sanctuary. This is where I come down doing my makeup. I have my mirror down here. I got all my little stuff down here. So it's like a comfort thing for me to be in this space too. Like I feel good in this space. I feel comfortable. And I just was like, let me get started because I can keep on delaying getting started for years and years to come. And I have not went live on my own channel for almost a year now. Like it's been a while. So I'm like, let me just go in and just like go for it. And that's what I'm doing, y'all. That's what I'm doing. So um I do want to say that um I do have a TikTok, Tawana G, and I posted a video today about some topics that I'll be talking about. Obviously, I want to just kind of expose you guys to what I'll be talking about moving forward. No, it won't be a panel always or necessarily, but I'll be interviewing, I'll be talking about it. But now I want to be kind of a one-woman show, if that's what makes sense to y'all. I want to just be talking about the stuff that I think is interesting. Like, I want to make sure that y'all know my perspective on stuff without all the noise, without everybody else's opinion. Um, Man, yeah, it's been that long. And chaos is like, has it been that long? It really has. It's been a really long time. I think that because I've been on other shows, people probably haven't missed me, and y'all probably are connected to the other shows that I've been on. But I haven't been live on my own channel for over a year. So this is my welcome back party. Okay. And I want to like talk about some interesting stuff that's been happening because it's a lot of shit going on in the world. Like, I really want to talk about this stuff and like let y'all know how I feel about it, whether y'all agree or not, because y'all probably ain't gonna agree with me. But I love to hear y'all comments. Make sure y'all post y'all comments so I can, now that's when I'm gonna go crazy on y'all. Y'all know how I am when y'all be posting those weird comments. Like I don't play. I be going back and forth with y'all in them comments. So yes, I am one of those people that read the comments and go off on y'all and act like a little crazy person, right? But if you watched my thumbnail, if you saw my thumbnail, I mean, you know that I'm gonna be talking about a few things today. I'm gonna talk about Drea and the Jaylen Green situation. because y'all got a lot of opinions about that. And I just need to reel y'all in and give y'all the real tea. Because clearly y'all ain't got the real tea on that situation and y'all thinking totally different about what it is. So let's talk about Drea with that 22-year-old boy, okay? And I ain't gonna call him no boy because he a grown man. See, that's what y'all got. Y'all trying to trip me up already. Y'all trying to trip me up. And then I do want to talk about Diddy and like all the stuff he got going on, and like hear y'all perspective on what Diddy got going on. And then lastly, I want to talk about Love is Blind, specifically AD and a lot of the things that happened with her. And you don't necessarily got to watch the show to understand what I'm saying with that situation. I can kind of break down what the premise of the show is, and like we can go from there. But I do want to talk about that show because it's a lot going on. So as you can see, I'm going to have some topics and I'm going to talk about how I feel about those topics. Of course, I'll interact with y'all and y'all can give me y'all feedback and y'all can, talk to me and I'll answer as many questions as I can. And also tell me when y'all think I'm crazy and I'm way off on the situation. I would love to hear y'all feedback on that. But yeah, I'm going to be kind of, mentioning what's going on in pop culture, how I feel about it, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, y'all. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, share it, do everything. Okay. Oh man, AJ already starting. Okay. So let's talk about Drea Michelle, okay, and Jaylen Green. Now, this situation is Draya is 17 years older than him. Okay. He is 22 years old. Of course, people know that he is going to be a star. Like, he's going to be a breakout star. He's going to go far. And Drea then got herself pregnant by Jaylen. And it got everybody going crazy. Y'all are like, oh my God, she's a predator. She's been grooming him, blah, blah, blah. So it's all this conversation, and it's really gotten to the point where it's moving to the NFL. You know how, like, not envy, but you know how, like, they broadcast and they talk about like what's going on in sports and all the podcasts, like the podcasts that are supposed to be about sports are talking about this Drea and Jaylen Green situation because y'all so invested in their lives and what's going on. So let's break this down, right? Because I want to tell y'all why y'all really upset about this. This is what I want. I want to tell y'all why y'all really mad about Drea and Jaylen. And it ain't because of what y'all think. So, do you all know how many women in Hollywood are dating men that are younger than them? Do y'all know? Like, can y'all, like, just in the chat, put some names out there? Like, put some names out there. Tell me who y'all know that is actually out here dating. Because I can name a few, like Cher and Alexander. Now, y'all know how young he is. Cher is 77 years fucking old. She is 77 and she's dating this man. And you can just visibly see that he is much younger than her, right? And then if you know about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phelan was on the show for one season. She wasn't really on the show for a long time, but Phelan was on the show. She was dating Jaylen Banks, who is 22 years old. Now she's about 38, 37. I don't know. Like, she's older than him. That's all I'm going to say. She's much older than him. And yes, Cher and Beavis, you're actually right. Now, Drea and Jaylen, okay? Obviously, everyone is like upset because they're like, what in the hell? This woman who's 17 years older than him then trapped him, then groomed him. Now, let's just talk about grooming, okay? Grooming is when someone builds a relationship, trust, an emotional connection with a child or a young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. Okay. So when y'all say grooming, be just be clear about what y'all mean by that, because I feel like we say grooming, we say some terms that we use them real loosely in this day and age, and I feel like grooming is not the right word in this situation. Okay, you cannot groom a grown man. And let me say this, y'all wait too motherfucking late to be outraged because she didn't been with this man for a long time. Like she been with him long enough. What y'all think was gonna happen? I'm trying to figure it. I don't understand. Like, what did y'all think? You got to be outraged when she first started dating him, not like, oh, now that she's pregnant and they attached. And y'all got to come on now. And I think that what irritates me about this situation is that like when people are actually groomed, y'all don't call that shit out. Like y'all don't be calling that shit out when people are actually groomed. Y'all be ignoring it like, oh no, but no. R. Kelly and Aaliyah. She was 15. Y'all sitting there playing crazy just because he wasn't technically found guilty of the P incident. Y'all know he was grooming that girl. That is grooming. She was a child. He knew exactly what he was doing. So he was in his 30s, whatever, 20s, whatever, 27, close to 30. That's grooming. And we completely ignore like actual instances of grooming, and then we be trying to like we be reaching a little bit trying to connect grooming to some situations that's not grooming. Okay, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay, I mean, allegedly she was, she was 16. I'm just saying, and I love Beyonce. So if for me to say that lets you know how like I'm being completely neutral in this situation. And I'm not trying to like attach any of my preconceived notions. I am literally trying to look at it from the perspective of she's 17 years older than this boy. And in what is this? Like, what is this for real? Right? Marcus Houston and his new wife. Come on now. Like everybody knows that he knew that girl when she was 17. Now he always prides himself on, oh, well, we didn't really interact until she was of age. Dude, she was 19 when you married her. I'm not trying to hear what the hell Marcus Houston got to say. He groomed her. He groomed her. And y'all know he did. This is what I'm saying. But we don't be calling out the grooming when it comes to that. Like, and then you got to think about Diddy and Cassie. Because Kathy was young as shit. See, y'all don't be like, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, Drea, she's 17 years older than this dude. This dude is like the same age as probably two of her sons. But did she groom him? Absolutely not. Right? That's not what happened here. And let me say exactly what happened. Okay. Because Drea has two children before she met Jaylen Green. Two almost adult male children that are probably the same age as Jaylen. Now that's sick in my mind to even think about dating somebody. Cause like my son, like his friends, I can't even imagine. Like, right, you know what I mean? Like that's like that Jada Pickett and August Alsina stuff, right? Like it's a little too much. Like you dating your son's friends, like it's just weird. But Drea was 17 when she got pregnant with her first son, right? And that guy who she was pregnant by was literally the same age as she was. Like a little, I mean, like give or take. All I'm saying is they were similar in age. I think he was older, of course. But what I'm saying to you is that it's not a pattern. She don't have a history of dating younger dudes. One thing about a groomer, one thing about somebody that is manipulating, there's a pattern. You will see them doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So what I'm trying to show you, establish is like, yeah, we can say a lot of things about this whole situation with Drea and Jaylen, but what we cannot call her is a groomer. We can't. It's just impossible. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. Okay. She also have a baby with Orlando, who played for like the Dallas NFL, whatever at Dallas. Y'all know I don't know shit about football. I'm just trying to tell y'all what I do know is that she have a son with that person. right? And so she had 2 children before Jaylen even met her. She already had 2 boys, okay? So who y'all really mad at is Jaylen's parents. That's who y'all really mad at. Because why your parents ain't told you that Drea like the niggas with the twos? Twos. Y'all know what I mean by that? The men with the twos? And I ain't gonna say that word because I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube. The men with the twos. Do y'all know what that means? Dudes with the 2 numbers, dudes who are in athletic industry. That's what she likes. She has a history of going after men with the twos. And there's women who literally go after men with the twos. This is what I know them as. I know them as the women who like the man with the 2 numbers. That's what they like. That's what they like. That's what they go after. This is all about that with her. She goes after a certain type of man because what does it mean? It means financial security for the most part, right? She's been able to kind of build her career off of that. Remember, I know Drea from Basketball Wives. That's where she was from. So the connection there is okay, let me get me a player, somebody who's in these leagues where I know that there's some sort of wealth behind that. It ain't got nothing to do with her wanting a young man or grooming him or having the interest in. No, y'all way off. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. She likes the men with the twos, the 2 numbers. That's what she likes. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. And the real reason, like, I feel like people are outraged, this is the real reason I feel like people are outraged. And I'm just gonna put it out there. The real reason is because she's what we consider a 304, right? Like a 304. And now she's tied to this boy who he has a future. He's going to be somebody like everyone knows that that man is going to be successful in his career. And y'all mad cuz he didn't wifed her up. He 10 toes down on her. I don't care what y'all say. If you hear any of his interviews, you know what it is. You know what it is, right? And I think that it's just kind of like we don't like that. We don't want that, right? Because that's how Sierra kind of gets a lot of her flack for being married to Russell. Because y'all feel like because she used to be a 304, Russell shouldn't have wifed her. But do they care what y'all think? No. And the reason why I say y'all should be mad at his parents, because his parents should have put him on game. His parents. His parents should have told him, like, these are the type of women that's gonna come out the woodwork. Like, that's what your mama and daddy is supposed to do. They supposed to warn you about this stuff. So y'all need to stop getting in people's business. Cause listen, if the mama, daddy, family, whoever around him then did all of this and he still didn't did this, then what y'all mad? Y'all blaming somebody? No. Mm-mm. Cause most times we didn't told him to stay away from her. She didn't got Orlando. She already got another baby. What she want with you? See, we didn't already warn them. So that's on her. That's on her. And I think y'all need to kind of understand that and stop trying to police people's, you know what? I can't say it because I guess I'm on YouTube. I got to remember all the words I can say. Don't police the JJs. Okay, I guess I can say that. Don't police that. This is what people do. Okay. You need to teach your kids how to avoid these types of things. That's what needed to happen. So that's on Jaylen and mama and his daddy. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna move on from that situation because I just want y'all to stop. See, I didn't heard too much about this whole situation, and it's getting out of control. Y'all tell me what y'all thoughts are. Y'all getting a little quiet now. Now y'all ain't got nothing to say. He said no, she was 19 when they started dating. Who was 19 when they started dating? He's talking about with Marcus Houston, I'm assuming. I'm assuming he's talking about Marcus Houston's wife was 19 when they started dating. That's what he claimed. But let me tell you what Marcus did admit to. He admitted to knowing her when she was 17, chaos. He admitted that. And the fact that he admitted that, it kind of put some red flags on me because I feel like if you knew her when she was 17, you potentially was inappropriate. That you was grooming. You could be like if you meet a child and then you marry them, that's sketchy. If y'all got videos of Drea knowing him when he was in high school, then I'll believe y'all when y'all say she was grooming on Jaylen. Then I'll believe y'all. But if she ain't meet that man until he was in the NFL or I mean NBA and he, was doing his thing, then I'm not about to believe that. I'm not because I think that she is just one of those chicks that like the dudes with two numbers. That's it. It's just that simple. She likes that because guess what that means? Wealth, guaranteed. You got that baby, that's guaranteed child support, and you know that. Y'all know that. That's what it is, and it is what it is. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, gold digger, whatever. I'll say that. That's valid, AJ. That she is not a groomer. She's just a gold digger. Cool. You know, some women don't mind being gold diggers now because I feel like it's not really a shameful thing no more. Now, speaking of Diddy, right? Because we talked about how Diddy and Cassie, y'all know what's been going on with Diddy. And Cassie kind of started this lawsuit that really just opened up the floodgates for Diddy. Um, Listen, I don't know why he did not settle privately with Cassie. Maybe he was trying to like call her bluff. That's what I feel like he was trying to do with Cassie. Like he was like, because I think she tried to settle privately and he kind of was like, nah, I ain't gonna give it to you, and called her bluff a little bit. And then she put it out there. But what happened with Cassie was she put it out there. She's like, listen, I'm about to lay it out what you did to me and why I deserve to be paid. Now, what happened as a result of that is New York kind of got this new law where you can file charges for past criminal SA cases. So a lot of people are coming out and saying, "Hey, Diddy did this to me. He did this to me." Like there's lawsuits that we don't even know about, right? It's just stuff coming out every time I look at Shade Room. So this last one kind of took people by surprise, though, because Rodney, Little Rod, right? Um, it's suing Diddy for SA harassment and unpaid work. Now, for me, I feel like it's all about the unpaid work. And that's legitly why he's like putting this out there. But I also feel like there is some other allegations with things, right? I don't know what's going on with Lil Rod though, because I feel like him and Diddy haven't known each other that long. So I'm like, how much did he actually witness? Like, look, just legit, like just being real. Like, how much did he actually witness? So here's the thing. The interesting thing with this whole Little Rod coming out about Diddy is that he brought Meek Mill into the situation. And Meek Mill had the matching shirts with Diddy, and so I'm laughing because that was the funniest picture. They just holding hands, like not holding hands, but hugging, and like they got on the matching Gordon Gartrell shirts. You know what the Gordon Gartrell shirts are, right? If you ever watched the damn Cosby Show, okay. Theo wanted this Gordon Gartrell shirt so bad that Denise decided to make it for him. It was so funny. But that shirt that him and Diddy had on in that particular photo, and I did not put the photo on here, but y'all can Google it. Y'all will see that damn photo where him and Diddy matching. It reminds me of that Gordon Gartrell shirt. But here's the thing. With that situation, people are saying that one of the rappers that Little Rod was referencing in his lawsuit, which was about 60 pages. Like it was very long. And I read like 15 of them and I was like, this is a lot. I just want to read what's relevant. So I had to Google, like, not Google, but I like did a lens and was like, let me just find I just want to hear the relevant stuff. The thing with that particular lawsuit was that he actually didn't say Meek Mill's name. He didn't say his name, but he said a lot that made it seem like it was Meek Mill's. Like, who else dated Nicki? Was from wherever he said he was from. It was just too much detail where everybody's like, it had to be Meek. Then you see that picture with him and Diddy, and they're hugging up and whatever. So I mean, but anyway, Meek Mill have been on X because it's no longer Twitter, y'all. It's X, okay? And X, you know, Meek Mill is on there. He's fighting for his life. He's on there defending his name now. He's like letting y'all know, like he ain't no, and I can't say what he said he ain't, but I'm just letting y'all know that he told Diddy no. Cat Williams said you gotta tell him no. Meek said he told him no. Okay. Now, do y'all believe Meek? That's what I want to know. Do y'all believe Meek? Because in my experience in life, okay, and I don't know everything, y'all know that. Okay. But the ones who don't look obvious are the ones that are engaging in the thing that you don't think they're engaging in. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying Meek did it. Okay? I didn't even say allegedly. I'm giving y'all my perspective on this situation. It's always the one who don't seem like they would do that. Okay? And from what I understand about Diddy, he gets off on the power of making people do things that they wouldn't normally do. He gets off on that. That's something that like makes him feel good. That's something that, you know, he gets a kick out of, y'all. So, do Meek want to be famous? Did Meek want to be famous that badly that he would do something like engage with Diddy in a intimate way for a spot in the, what y'all think? I'm curious, right? I the fact that I think Meek has adamantly denied it and actually have said, listen, he's not talking about me. He can't be talking about me. I mean, I just don't know any other rappers that dated Nicki Minaj and is from where he's from. And, I don't, if it is another rapper, y'all put it in the chat. Let me know. I will correct myself. I'm inclined to believe that they are talking about Meek. That's all I'm saying. And the interesting thing about this is that Diddy he's not just going down by himself. He's bringing a lot of people down with him, y'all. And it's becoming like a circus. And so I'm gonna say this. I don't think nothing gonna happen to Diddy. I know people keep like, he going to jail and he gonna be convicted. No, he not. No, he not. Like I don't see it. The only thing I think is gonna happen to Diddy is like he's just not gonna be relevant no more. You know what I mean? I just feel like for Diddy, it's just gonna be like, ain't nobody gonna be checking for Diddy no more. Like it's just gonna be done. You know what I mean? That's what I think is gonna happen. So we're gonna stay tuned. I'm gonna keep an eye on it and let y'all know that when something else come out, I will be talking about it. I'm gonna add it on to my little, but now Diddy didn't got all kind of people wrapped up in his mess. People trying to disassociate, aka Young Miami. Yeah, that was her man with the sign, baby. Now she ain't, let me tell you, she ain't said Diddy, ain't heard from him, ain't dealing with Diddy no more. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Um, and I think, you know what, I'm just gonna like leave it at that, right? this is what I think. I think Diddy, he did some things, right? Usher won't even talk about it. We got what's the baby name that sings "Yummy"? Justin Bieber. He won't talk about it either. Like Diddy didn't. He didn't got that power. Like that word power tripping. That's Diddy. That's Diddy. But he ain't got enough people that want to come out and like actually tell their story that can really crucify him. So I think he gonna get away with everything. I don't think anything. I think he's just gonna be paying people out. Eventually, he's just gonna be a non-factor. So that's my take on the Diddy situation, y'all. Now, lastly, I want to talk about Love is Blind. And if you're not watching Love is Blind, watch it. And I know the dudes be like, I ain't watching that. Like, what is Love is Blind? Like, I'm telling y'all gonna like Love is Blind. And if you don't want to watch it by yourself, if you got a lady, watch it with your woman. I bet you she watch it. I bet you she watch it. It's on Netflix. I have been watching it since season one. And I fell in love with it season 1. Every time it comes out, I'm on top of it, but obviously, I watch all reality TV, and y'all know that. So, I'll be talking about reality TV for sure, infused in all this other pop culture stuff. But Love is Blind this season was really controversial, I'm sorry. Because it was just a lot going on this season, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you. Um, there was really not a lot of people that got married this time. And I'm sorry, this is a spoiler. I should say that before I spoil it. Hopefully everybody done watched it by now and know what happened at the end because it has been ongoing press about it. The reunion just aired. So this is why I'm talking about it because I don't really like to ruin people surprise or the show. But I want to tell y'all that there was not a lot of weddings this season, which I was kind of disappointed in. Um, and I want to talk about AD because AD was one of the main figures of this season. And a lot of people kind of was like talking about her because ultimately the guy that she fell in love with and who fell in love with her, Clay, he said no at the altar. And so many people were outraged because Clay said no at the altar. Like, I feel like so many people were like, what in the hell? Why did he do that? Why did he embarrass her? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I felt so bad for her. But the premise of the show is love is blind. And everyone goes into the show understanding that when you go to that altar, it could be a yes or a no. This is why I watch it. This is why we all watch it. This is why the fans watch it. So why is everybody so outraged that he said no at the altar? That is what he was supposed to do. I mean, and I'm not even like justifying Clay because I feel like Clay, I got a lot of problems with Clay and what he did. But that right there, though, the outrage about that is just like it's kind of like bothering me at this point. Because if y'all want to change the premise of the show, like stop. I want it to stay the same. This is what it's about. It's a lot of people that said no before Clay. Okay. He is not the only motherfucker that said no. All I want to know is that why are we more outraged that Clay said no and not outraged at how AD was treated like an object most of the damn show? And I'm not even talking about just by Clay. I'm talking about by cast members. Cause everybody think they can comment on her body and sexualize her. And I feel like that's what should have been an outrage, not all this other stuff. Because Clay should have said no. If he did not want to marry her, he should have said it when he said it. And I'm glad he didn't say yes and he really meant no. But here's the thing. Laura and her cringy husband, boyfriend, I'm sorry, fiance, wanted to bean dip AD. And because we don't know what bean dip is, I know I didn't. I'm like, bean dip. But I kind of could, okay, bean dip, like, okay, I could see what that meant. But I was like, what the hell is bean dip? Because and y'all know who I mean by we don't say stuff like that. We don't call that bean dip. I mean, we just don't. That's not our term. So you know whose terms that is. So I had to look it up. And of course, it's in Google. And bean dip is when you raise the underboob of a man or a woman with your index finger, right? Like, so you kind of flick it, right? You touch someone's boob. Now, from what I understand in that episode, Laura meant something completely different, but ultimately she wanted her fiance to touch AD in a intimate way. And AD had an actual problem with that. She was like, "What in the actual hell is going on here? Why would you tell your fiance to do that to me?" And they were so disrespectful that Jeremy actually said it in front of Clay, who was her fiance at the time. So eh, they treated her like an object, like for real. Like then after that, Jimmy saw her and he's just like, Jimmy, he can't even focus on his fiance because he's so busy looking at AD body. It it was, I mean, her body is beautiful. It's banging. But the way they sexualized her, it actually irritated the heck out of me. And I think people were more outraged that Clay said no than the way that she was treated on the show. And Laura, for her to say something like that and just kinda trivialize it, and she apologized real like, "Well, I'm sorry, and me and AD are close, and this and this and that," and AD really should have been I think she said it at that time too, like, "This is disrespectful, this is, this is disgusting," but she also kind of forgave Laura and then confronted someone else for Laura, like kind of fought Laura's battle for her. And I'm kind of like, pipe down, AD, because why are you intervening in someone who disrespected you and objectified you that much? So that's kind of how I felt about that. Like, I felt like AD, yeah, she got stood up at the altar, but that is the risk you take when you're on the show. So, no, I don't think she's a victim. Okay, sorry I said it. And I know y'all whatever. I know people gonna feel a certain way about that because there's so many people. It's like, oh my God. She's not a victim. She came on a show where she knows that she can be left at the altar. It just is what it is. So I think ultimately what I think with this whole AD situation is that we should be more outraged at the way she was sexualized on that show and treated like an object. That's what I think. And I think that Laura, even though she apologized for asking her fiance to bean dip someone, like it's just disgusting. Like what I don't know what the hell kind of back and forth people stay with their fiancés and spouses, but I have never asked my fiance to touch nobody, or I ain't never asked my husband to do no stuff like that. Like I'm not into that, but I guess some people are, so I'm not judging. That's just not my thing, right? Um, but I just think that the apology that Laura gave AD, it just wasn't enough. Like, and then AD to go in and then go after Sarah Ann, which trust me, I'm not defending Sarah Ann, okay? Because Sarah Ann went after a man that she knew was engaged. And whether or not the experiment allowed for other connections or not, that's not the purpose. The purpose of that whole thing was that Sarah Ann didn't let the situation with Laura and Jeremy play out before she intervened. So I completely understand the outrage with Sarah Ann and how people felt about her. And I know if you don't watch Love is Blind, you might be lost a little bit, but go back and watch it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm not about to explain the whole show. I'm just talking from the premise of you already watched it and you know what the hell I'm talking about. Chaos, what you talking about? Man, you're a victim. Dude, like, clarify, because like, I'm 2 seconds away from going off on you. But sometimes I'll be misreading stuff. So I'm gonna let you clarify, Chaos, okay, before I go off on you. What Sarah Ann did was fine. The experiment is unique. Armchair quarterbacking is easy. Yeah, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, AJ, I feel like what she should have done was let the experiment with Laura and Jeremy play out before she intervened. That email was shady. That email was shady because that email was like, hey, I'm still interested just in case you and Laura having problems. Like, it was a little shady. That's how I feel. And I feel like even if her and Jeremy would have got together after the experiment was over, or after Jeremy and Laura actually kind of broke up, I would have been cool with that. I would have been cool with that. But I just think the way she did it was I didn't like the way she did it. Oh, the lady. The lady is a bit okay. Thank you, Chaos. I be misreading. That's why, listen, you see how much I've grown? I didn't go off on you first. Cause I used to just go off, right? Remember? I ain't asked for clarity. Now I be asking for clarity and stuff. So give me my flowers. I'm sorry, give me my jewels, give my gems and jewels, okay? Because I didn't grown up. I'm a whole different person. I'm on here just kind of giving my opinion about stuff. I ain't even going after men in this episode. Can y'all believe me and the growth that has happened? I just wanted y'all to kind of get an idea of what I'm gonna be talking about. Like, it is gonna be way more. Like, it's gonna be way more. It's gonna be stuff that is going on right now. Things that I can bring to the conversation, jewels, like that I'm gonna drop on y'all, and hopefully I can like into some other stuff. I'm gonna get y'all like I'm gonna ease y'all into it. Like, I'm not gonna just come at you with everything, but go on my TikTok. Y'all can follow me on TikTok. I'm Tawana G on TikTok too. And I kind of talked about the Chantel Freeman case. And I wanted y'all to know about that because I don't know if y'all have heard of Breakbeat Studio, but Breakbeat Studio, I mean Media, I'm sorry, Breakbeat Media, they do interviews and everything. So they did an interview with this girl named Chantel Freeman. And this interview, Chantel Freeman talked about a lot of the trauma she faced as a child. And it was by the hands of her father and her brothers. Okay. Y'all can just picture what happened. Okay. I don't want to say. But in that, Tasha K has now kind of started talking about this Chantel Freeman situation. And Tasha K didn't believe Chantel. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. She didn't believe her. She interviewed the father, she interviewed the brothers, she interviewed family members who all corroborated that Chantel kind of made this up, that this wasn't true. Um, I believe Chantel. And I kind of posted some TikTok videos showing why I believe her. Eventually, I'm gonna put them on YouTube too, you guys. I'm gonna put this on my channel because I want you guys to kind of follow this case. So go back to Breakbeat Media first. Watch the interview. Um, he does a lot of interviews, but look at the Chantel Freeman one, and then go back to kind of see why I'm siding with Chantel and not Tasha K on this situation. But I just want you guys to kind of see where I'm gonna be going with this channel. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. I know it's gonna be so many people who kind of watch it afterward. I did not publicize this for a reason. I did want it to be small. This is my first time getting back on in a long time. I really just wanted to get it out there, show people what I'm about, and kind of promote my channel and let you guys know the direction of it now, and where I'm gonna go. So that it's not the Tawana G that's man hating, talking about I'm not doing that no more. Not that I ever was a man hater, but I was in a space where, the men were Y'all know what the men are. I'm just telling y'all, okay? And, I'm just beyond that. I'm just tired of it. Like I was like, listen, I don't need them. They've always kind of reached out to me to ask me to be on their stuff. And now I see the game. So now I'm like, this, I can do this myself. I don't need nobody else to do this for me. So, and now I can do what I want to do and how I want to do it. So, look forward to me coming on here every week. I'm going to give you some content, even if it's pre recorded. Even when I go live, I want you to be interactive, ask me questions, be present, be here. And of course, as always, I'm an open book, willing to talk about whatever questions, issues you have. So do not be afraid to ask me the hard stuff. Um, and thank you so much, AJ, Chaos, Chris J. I appreciate y'all so much just for being present, being there, promoting my channel. And I can't wait to work with everybody. I got a team, y'all. Like we gonna be putting stuff out. We gonna get the word out. And I'm back, y'all. And I'm better. Alrighty, so don't forget to like the video on your way out. Click my subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you will know when I go live. And I will see you next time. This is Tawana G, and I'm out.